I'm Dan Fresh. I'm piloting this 88 car here behind me. I'm gonna be racing KOH, King of the Hammers, for you that don't know. It's a 2018, and I head up a company called OC Motorsports. We build any type of Jeep you can imagine, from just basic stock stuff to extreme V8s and everything thrown in between. So that's kind of what we do, and that's who I am. Started racing Baja in the late 90s. Gosh, I've been doing that. I hate to admit how long, but I've been doing that for a good 20 years now. I've been racing off-road, and been fortunate enough down there in Baja to be able to bring back 4 Baja 1000 class victories, 3 Baja 500 class victories, and a few other class wins in there and some championships. So I've been truly blessed with all that stuff, and just won the Baja 1000 in 2017, and that was my 4th one. And after that, ran into these guys at Savvy Motorsports, and they were kind enough to say, hey, you know what, we think you'd be a great pilot in our 88 car. And that car's won 3 times, I believe. Matter of fact, they were so kind to mention this car has actually won every time it's lined up in this class. And they bring that up every 5 minutes. So this whole thing came together over the last few months, and they've been out here just training me, because they're like, hey, it's all one in the rocks. I get it, you're a desert guy, but they've been kind enough to just come out here on the weekends, show me the lines, all the different stuff I'm gonna need to know, kind of load that gun for me, and I got a good weapon I'm bringing to this fight, so I'm looking forward to it. So this is our 4500 car. So we've got Baja Designs. They supplied the lighting on this vehicle. We got Warren, who supplied this winch. It's just an unbelievable piece of equipment. Fox shocks on this. We have bypass and coilover shocks on this vehicle. We're cycling 14 inches of wheel travel. We got Curry axles front and rear on this vehicle. We've got the Falcon tires. These things, unreal traction. It's truly amazing. Method race wheels. The rear axle in this is actually a Dana 70 rear axle, high pinion, built by Curry Industries. And I can't say it's unbreakable, but I've tried and it's not broken yet, so I'm very, very happy with this. So the power plant in this 4500 is an LS3. It's got approximately 550 horsepower. It runs really, really well. As far as driving adjustments on this vehicle versus something that I'm used to driving, we do use 2 feet in the race car when we're driving across the desert. But on this vehicle here, they showed me something very interesting I had no idea about. You actually run this car up to about 2,000 to 3,000 RPMs and use the brake to slow the car down. It's more like an electric motor that way. As it just picks its way through the stuff, over the rocks and over the big boulders, it's constant power. It's never load and unload. It's always load, load, load over all of those rocks, and you just slow it down with these giant brakes from Willwood that they put on this thing, and that's what gets us slowed down enough, and you release those brakes and that thing just unleashes up the rocks. We did really well in qualifying. We're 3rd in our class, and being the first time out in this car to qualify 3rd felt really good. We've got 120 or 30 cars starting behind us, so I feel better leaving them back there in hopes that this car stays together and I don't make any mistakes, and we can get to the rocks as one of those top 5 cars going in. We're going to try to run them down with attrition. Try not to make mistakes. Try not to get flat tires. You know, just try to keep the car moving all day long. I know I got a solid piece of equipment. I got a great crew. We should be able to do really well. We're going to leave it at that. We're done for today. We're going to finish putting this vehicle back together. We're going to take it out for a little test session this afternoon, and we'll be cleaned up and ready on the line tomorrow morning for the race to see what we can do with this thing. So we have John here from RPM Extreme. He's actually looking at the computer to see what our tune is actually set up at. He's going to adjust a little fuel, a little timing. We'll see what we get. Yeah, I'll tell you, that is such a difference. Unbelievable.
So how do you feel about tomorrow now?
You know, I think we just aimed our sights a little bit better, I think, on our weapon here. This thing is really, that's a game changer for us. You're going down a straightaway. I always felt like this car just kind of laid down and went. Now it feels like it really comes out of the hole.
How it wants to go.
Yeah. Well, when you're looking at hood, you know you've done something.
Race day, and Hammertown is up early for the start of the Every Man Challenge race. "135 vehicles would take the green flag across 3 different race classes, and no one knew it yet, but only 12 of them would survive to the finish. Dan Fresh in the number 88 would be the 8th vehicle released onto the course. And as the rest of this immensely diverse group of race trucks made their way out of the infield, there were already indications of the anything can happen nature of Ultra 4 racing. By the time the leader in car number 618, driven by Casey Gilbert, cleared the first severe rock crawling challenge called Backdoor, Fresh in the 88 had worked his way into 5th physical position on course and was able to take the drop-off on his own terms, this time. The race for the OC Motorsports team was going exactly according to plan. Pass guys in the fast section and keep the rig moving and the damage minimal in the technical sections. Very soon after they cleared Backdoor, the action became a lot more hectic. Drivers were hucking their junk all over the place. And then this. Just to make matters more stressful for the rescue crew, a stack-up of angry racers sits behind this mess until they can get by. Everyone's patience is pushed to the limit. Deep into the race and still leading, the 618 of Gilbert starts his attack on the rocky chute called Chocolate Thunder. And just as he clears the top, the 88 of Dan Fresh makes an appearance at the bottom, less than a minute behind on course and closing fast. These 2 drivers would battle for the overall lead for the next several hours. At the finish line back in Hammertown, the first vehicle to make an appearance on the horizon is the number 88 Savvy Motorsports built 4500 class vehicle piloted by Dan Fresh. And as he made his way through the infield short course for the final time, it was obvious he wasn't holding back. With a time just over 6 hours and 15 minutes across some of the most extreme terrain of any off-road race on the planet, the 88 team will take the overall win and class win for the 2018 Smittybilt Every Man Challenge here at King of the Hammers.
Anybody? That was like, I think I was more nervous over here watching than you guys. I'm like, Dude, crazy out there. What a great day.
Oh man, good job.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah. We didn't know where we were all day long, but we were still pushing and pushing and pushing. And what a great car you guys have built, man. I am just honored to drive it, I'll tell you. Yeah! Oh, it was an absolute amazing day. Couldn't have done it without my sponsors, and that savvy off-road car right there. Truly blessed to be driving that thing. It was eating up the bumps and eating up the rocks like no other. So, great day. Thank you.